Part 2 of 5.2.3. So question 572, label the following as recursive or explicit equations. So in this case, what we want to find is just, first of all, uh, whether or not it's just recursive or explicit. So remember, the recursive has a t of n plus 1, and the explicit just has t of n. So the first one would be explicit. The second one, we have t of n plus 1 equals t of n minus 5. So this would be recursive. And then the last one, you have t of n equals 3 of n minus 7. So again, there's no t of n plus 1 in here. So therefore, this is explicit. With your team, create an explicit equation and write the first three terms of your sequence. So an explicit equation, again, could be any of t of n equals, we can say 2 of n minus 1. So we want to write our first three terms. So our first term would be 2 times 1 minus 1 would be just positive 1. Our second term would be 2 times 2 minus 1 would be just positive 3. And then our third term, 2 times 3 minus 1 would be just positive 5. So this would be our sequence. And then we want to write the recursive equation for our sequence. So here the common difference is positive 2. So that we would say t of n plus 1 equals t of n plus 2. And then we also want to say we want to have a starting value. So it doesn't have to be necessarily t of 1 equals 1. We can also say t of 2 equals 3. So in order for us to write a recursive equation, we need to have these two for sure, because we need to know where to start. Alfredo wrote the following: t of 2 equals 19, and then t of n plus 1 is equal to t of n minus 2. Help Alfredo write an explicit equation for Colin's sequence. So identify the common difference. So here again, the common difference is clearly stated right there. It's just negative 2. So that means we're going down by 2. It says calculate the zero term by using a known term of the value. Look at the given information. So we're given t of 2 equals 19. So we know that's the second term in the sequence. And then we want to find our first term in the sequence. So we know those two terms. So therefore, we're going to say that term 2 is 19. And then since we're going down by 2, right, this would be 17. We have to go up. So that would be 21. And then our zero term would be 23. So our equation would be t of n equals negative 2n and then plus 23. So that would be our explicit equation for the recursive one. Again, it's t of n plus 1 equals t of n minus 2. And then the common difference is right there. And then our zero term is positive 23. Is this sequence arithmetic, geometric, or neither? So here, this is arithmetic because we're changing by adding or subtracting. It says then Julia wrote t of n equals 6n plus 8. Help Julia write the recursive equation. So again, look for the things that you guys know already. So our common difference would be like our slope. So common difference is this positive 6. And then we need to figure out at least one term in the sequence. Let's say we want to find t of 2. So we just substitute 6 times 2 plus 8. That'll give us 12 plus 8 is positive 20. So this would be t of n plus 1 equals t of n and then plus 6. That's our common difference. And then our first term or our given term is t of 2 equals positive 20. Again, you can also find the first one. You can also say t of 1 is equal to positive 14, and that will still work perfectly fine. So determine the common difference from the equation. So the form is t of n plus 1 equals t of n plus the common difference. All right, so we have common difference equation. So notation begins with, again, the first thing you want to do is identify how does it begin, right? The notation begins with t of n, t of n. And then our common difference happens to be positive 3 in the equation. And then our starting value here is t of 0. So t of 0 equals negative 2. And then the recursive equation, we have t of n plus 1. That's what makes it recursive. And then our common difference, again, it's right there. So in this case would be common difference is negative 2. And then our starting value, the one they're giving us, would be t of 3 equals positive 7.